It's the GDQ Morning News.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the GDQ Morning News. I'm Jay Hobbs.
And I'm Kung Fu Fruit Cup.
And these are tonight's big stories. Popular Super Mario speedrunner was caught on Thursday spending time with people in real life. Sources claim it wasn't the first time this instance had occurred.
Confusion erupted when local parent claimed their child was a marathon runner and later learned no physical activity actually occurred.
A high school student distressed teachers yesterday by repeatedly running into a wall. When questioned, the student claimed he was trying to clip out of class.
And finally, a speedrunner was amazed when their dog miraculously discovered a new game-breaking strat for Ocarina of Time.
Well, I guess it just does go to show you really can teach an old dog new tricks.
You know, I happened to try that once.
Oh, really? How'd that go?
I think I picked the wrong dog. He was always one frame off.
What a shame. But our first topic this afternoon, Summer Games Done Quick 2020 will take place August 16th to the 23rd entirely online. Runners will be completing games from around the globe in a speedy manner to raise money for internationally acclaimed charity Doctors Without Borders.
Also known as Médecins Sans Frontières, MSF focuses on providing life-saving medical humanitarian care across the globe. Games Done Quick has been working with the charity for over 7 years now. Last year's event was cited to have raised over $3 million in 7 days, a new record high. Sources say you can help benefit this charity now by going to gamesdonequick.com/donate.
Games Done Quick wants to remind viewers that there are many incentives to donate, including extra challenges, naming bid wars, complete bonus runs, and more. Last Thursday, Prizeman Cent was reportedly seen carrying what some think is the grand prize for this marathon, a box labeled heroic replicas with the word sword on it. When reporters tried to approach Cent for questions, he was described as walking out of frame and has yet to be seen since.
For more information on the games that will be appearing in this marathon, we go to our senior speedrun analyst, Yellow Killer Bee. Yellow?
Thanks, Kung Fu. I'm sorry, I thought you said senior speedrun analyst. Well, although 2020 may have been lacking in some ways, it definitely was not lacking in the release of excellent new games, and you can expect to see many of those new releases in the marathon this summer. And although nothing can quite compare to the charm of a retro classic, these new games do boast excellent graphics and unrivaled soundtracks. These games have not been out for long, and I'm always impressed at how quickly these speedruns can develop. First, let's take a look at Streets of Rage 4. This long-awaited sequel to Streets of Rage 3 only took 25 years to come out. Its main feature is one additional rage than its predecessor. It does boast comic book-style graphics, which, while great, are not quite as good as the original's pixelated glory. You can expect Mike Oyama to be raging his way to victory on Sunday. Next up is Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which is a sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest. Sikinar, who usually plays Jak and Daxter games, will be going it alone this time with Ori on Monday. You can expect to see an unintended route and lots of sequence breaks. They say this game is pretty hard, but I don't see how that could be considering it has a built-in map. As we all know, if you don't have to draw the map on paper, it's just not fun. And finally, we have Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is a highly acclaimed and anticipated remake. It also clocks in at the longest run of the marathon at 7 hours and 20 minutes. Despite the late night time slot on Thursday, you won't be bored by this run by Boring Borin. With these and many more bright and shiny new releases to look forward to, make sure to watch out for them all this week. This is your fresh speedrun analyst, signing off. Back to you, Hobbs.
Thanks again to our senior speedrun analyst, Yellow Killer Bee. Very informative.
New games are the best. I agree. Speaking of Final Fantasy VII, investigators have discovered that this is indeed part of a series of role-playing games present at the event. For more on RPGs, we're going live now to our correspondent out in the field. Aaron Keith, are you there?
Yes, Kung Fu, I am here. RPGs, role-playing games, games with low percentage chances, high risk, and high rewards. Games with elusive monsters, like my crew is looking for behind me. Field correspondent Aaron Keith here, and speaking of elusive monsters, I'd like to talk to you guys about what we're currently hunting for. Pocket monsters, specifically Pokemon Shield. Pokemon Shield is making Pokemon series history by being the first Pokemon game to close out Summer Games Done Quick ever. It's an exciting time to be a part of the series. Pokemon Sword and Shield are the newest entries in the Pokemon franchise, and they're each actually their own different speedruns, with Sword and Shield having different routing and wild changes. Look forward to Etiquette finishing his run out in fast, blazing times. Speaking of going on quests, how about we go on a quest together? Quest 64 will be ran by Bing Che. Quest 64 is a very interesting game where experience is not traditionally earned. Instead, for example, if you take damage, you will get defense experience, making for a very interestingly routed game.
Channel 11 News fun fact. Quest 64 is known as Holy Magic Century in Europe.
Wait, we're gonna continue our hunt elsewhere. Back to you guys at the studio. Hey, the camera's off, right? Okay. I have a secret to tell you. A secret of mana. That's right. This SNES Classic will be played by Crow.
You mean the any percent run with one player and one controller?
Back to you guys at the studio.
I think it's time for our first commercial break.
When we get back, we'll have your weather on the 8s.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Okay, well, it looks like we'll be throwing it over to weather on the 4s with Feasel. What can we expect to see this week, Fees?
So this weekend we're looking at a high-pressure front, starting the marathon out with Demon Souls. By mid-afternoon, we'll catch a few rays, that is Rayman Legend, and then at dusk, the retro first-person shooter game Dusk. Then after dark, prepare for Amnesia, The Dark Descent. I forgot what time exactly, so check the schedule for that. By morning, we have a massive system moving in, a Nintendo Entertainment System, that is. 9 great games in the NES block should keep you cool all morning. Then around noon, expect the heat as we move into the PC block, with some blazing hot PC games lasting for the rest of the day. Now let's take a look at the extended forecast for the week. On Tuesday, wear your sunglasses because at noon we have the Vampire block, Castlevania 2, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, and Ritual of the Night. What a horrible day to have a curse. On Wednesday, chaotic weather with the Sonic block all evening, and then scattered meme games throughout the night. Then on Thursday, you can expect Blood and Doom. I'm talking, of course, about the games Blood, Doom 3, Doom 64, and Doom Eternal. Then Friday morning would be a good time for a short hike. That's right, tune in to watch a speedrun of the top-down platformer, A Short Hike. Then Friday night we have a severe weather warning as Breath of the Wild blows its way into town. Be sure to avoid any rock climbing and be careful air surfing on your shield. Then on Saturday, expect 100% chance of cloud, since we have a run of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then some low visibility in the afternoon, with a blindfolded run of Super Smash Bros. And that's your weather report for the week. With so much going on, I recommend you stay home. Back to you in the studio.
Sounds like a pretty diverse week ahead. Make sure you bring your Master Sword if you are heading out, or an umbrella if you don't happen to have one.
Gotta stay safe in tough weather, especially if you're out throwing the pigskin around. And it's time for our daily sports update with Spike Vegeta.
All sports are canceled! Let's face it, this is the closest all of you are going to come to watching any sort of competitive physical activity in 2020. So before my job as the sports analyst at our news channel becomes horribly unnecessary, let's hunker down and get excited for the runs this marathon, including the untried trio, the diaper dandies, the recent rookies, the GDQ first timers. Starting off, we got Bucci, hailing from Spain, an amazing Spyro and Crash speedrunner over the years. Later today, she will be running the beloved PlayStation 2 action puzzle game, Ico. She recently ran this at the popular GDQ side event, the Frame Fatale, circa 2019. Was a well-received run there. Expect no less tonight. Moving to Tuesday morning, we have got Donkey Kong Country 2. The warpless category world record holder Tonkatsu will be not allowed to use any of the warps in the game. Wrong warps, right warps, get them out of here. We don't want any of them. Instead, you all are going to get to watch a lot of that platforming mastery that makes this game so beloved and such an amazing sight to behold. As they say in the DKC speedrunning community, this man will be rolling deep. And finally, pulling it back to Saturday, we have got Super Mario Odyssey, as you, the viewers at home, will be jumping up Superstar with it, with our runner, Dangers, one of the most talented runners and just one of the best entertainers in the community. Hailing from Canada, this runner is known for his multi-talent all over Super Mario Odyssey as a speed game. Knowing all these different categories, tonight he'll be showcasing the World Peace category. In World Peace, no kingdom will be left unsaved, as Dangers will dive, dodge, dip, duck, and dive into all of your hearts. Let's actually go to the telestrator right now to analyze one small segment of the run. Here we are in the Luncheon Kingdom, ready to climb a literal mountain. We start with a spin pound for the immediate top roll speed as we go towards that door. After the door, we start with a backflip into a cap, throw, dive, spin, pound, throw, bounce, kick, up, dive combo. Out towards the wall stalling to extend distance. Capture the fork, flick the fork, jump one, jump two, throw, dive, back, flip, up, throw, fork two, flick two, roll, throw, pota boo. Spin one, spin two, spin three, and pause before the boss fight, because y'all have to see the exciting conclusion on Saturday on Summer Games Done Quick 2020. Hobbs, back to you.
Thanks, Vegeta. That was incredibly hard to follow. We'll be back with more on speedruns after the break.
Sen, are you ready? Who are you? Oh, okay, no, he not ready. Come back later.
No, I'm telling you, seriously, they created all of Hogwarts in Minecraft.
Dude, yeah, I know. I
It's
saw
incredible.
a trailer. I want to play it so
I know,
bad.
it's great.
Wait.
Oh.
Welcome back. On to our next topic. Many of the games of Summer Games Done Quick 2020 are somewhat unusual for a typical speedrun. To break down some of these games, we've gathered a round table of qualified panelists. I'll leave it to you, Hobbs.
Allow me to introduce people you already know. Feasel, Spike Vegeta, and Aaron Keith. Gentlemen, welcome. Speedrunning is full of unexpected moments and often unexpected games.
Well, I'll tell you what's unexpected. An online multiplayer RPG and a speedrun marathon. It's Warframe. On Thursday morning, Crusader will be showing off all the fast boss fights. File this story under games you didn't know could be speedrun.
Well, when thinking of powerful speedruns, it's easy to miss the relatively newer entries to the scene. But that didn't dissuade Danish speedrunner Elk Jair from submitting a speedrun of Horizon Zero Dawn, one of the best-selling games of the PlayStation 4. On Friday at precisely 3:36 p.m.-ish, Elk Jair will be completing The Frozen Wilds, a DLC expansion for the game, in just under an hour. The twist? He'll be running on the ultra-hard difficulty. Tune in to watch perilous rock climbing, death-defying leaps, and of course, an elk riding a boar through a beautiful frozen tundra.
Definitely excited for that Horizon Zero Dawn run. But when I think of unexpected runs at GDQ, I'm actually going back to last GDQ, where our audience got to see a bullet hell game. Loved it so much that the games committee decided to double down on that and bring you both Toho 09.5 Shoot the Bullet and Dodon Pachi Sai-Dai Ojo. Two amazing bullet hell games by two amazing runners. The audience at home should expect screens full of stimulus, runners bound with skill, and jaws dropped to the floor. Both of those runs coming to you Saturday morning.
We have The Last of Us by Anthony Caliber, who's been trying to get this game into GDQ for years. For many, this is considered one of the best games of the decade, and we finally get to see it in all its speedrun glory. Be sure to tune in this Wednesday afternoon.
Another unusual addition to the marathon, one of our bonus games. We have a showcase of Pump It Up on Friday evening, complete with real arcade cabinet and dance floor. This is the most exercise you'll get all marathon. You're going to want to get up out of your seats and dance for this one. The neighbors below you will love it.
Speaking of unexpected speedruns, this Saturday at 2:47 p.m., we have Minecraft Any% Random Seed Glitchless Patch 1.7. Sources tell me that Jay Hobbs himself was carried by yours truly last Thursday on the first.
Minecraft is, of course, the final bonus game of SGDQ 2020. Please keep in mind that all bonus games require donation incentives to be met in order to be added to the broadcast. Viewers are advised to keep an eye on their local browsers for any changes to the schedule. Bonus incentives open periodically throughout the week. The schedule for SGDQ 2020 and the full list of incentives can be found at gamesdonequick.com.
For our next topic, we'll need to get into the right headspace. I'm joined again by our very own Yellow Killer Bee. Shall we? This Thursday evening, we will get to see a run of HalfLife Alyx. This is the first ever time seeing a virtual reality game at a Games Done Quick event. While we are restricted in some ways by the event not being in person, this is a great opportunity for new runs and content that wouldn't normally be able to be run at a GDQ. Eyewitnesses have described this run as highly entertaining and visually stimulating. This any percent no spin run will be done by Buffet Time, who is both a top runner and moderator of the growing community. Buffet will be using the unique movement that you can only experience through VR to break out of bounds, like using accessibility features to give extra height when jumping or crouching to clip under the floors and through ceilings. You'll also see some clever usage of pausing and unpausing during teleportation to travel faster, as well as other unique teleportation methods. Keep in mind, this is another bonus game happening during this marathon, and one that you definitely don't want to miss.
Hold on, Kung Fu. I have to respectfully disagree with you. HalfLife Alyx is not the first VR game run at a GDQ because Virtual Boy Wario Land totally counts. And it's on Wednesday before the Half-Life run. Now, if you're not familiar with the Virtual Boy, chiropractors everywhere rejoiced when it was released because it was impossible to play without getting a crick in your neck. And in my day, a little pain didn't stop us from enjoying mediocre games. Virtual Boy Wario Land is widely considered the best game of a huge library of 22 total releases. A familiar name, Swordsman Kirby, is showcasing this charming platformer featuring the grumpiest guy from the Mario lineup. Now, don't try to tell me that the truly 3D virtual environments have anything on the red glory that is the Virtual Boy. I mean, there's foreground, there's background, there's walking right, there's walking left. I mean, that's pretty much all the directions. Talk about movement tech. You don't want to miss the technological marvel that is Virtual Boy Wario Land. Sources say it's much less painful to watch than to play.
You know, good points made. I stand corrected.
Technology. It's amazing, isn't it? Well, it's 11:47 and everyone knows what that means.
Dun, 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 dun. It's the Daily Debate.
This morning's topic for the Daily Debate: what's the comfiest game in the marathon? Fu, why don't you start us off?
Well, Hobbs, for my pick, I typically like to sit back and relax with some Zelda. So I'm going to go with The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. You can't go wrong watching Wolf Link and Midna peruse around Hyrule. So from the ethereal environment to the classical orchestral music, this is my number one pick.
I agree with picking Legend of Zelda Kung Fu, but I disagree with the game choice. I think the most comfy game of this marathon is going to be The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. With its calming, appropriate, and atmospheric background music, the appropriate weather, especially that rain. I guess it's raining. Anyway, what's more comfortable than watching dog treasure hunting? You can watch Limcube do that this Friday afternoon.
Well, I'd like to make the case for Alf for the Sega Master System, which is being run on Thursday. Where else can you see Melmac's finest cruising around on his hover scooter looking for delicious cats to eat? This is my comfy pick, because for some reason every time I watch this game, I pass out.
I think the comfiest game of the marathon is definitely Castle of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse. This game is run Tuesday by Paul Saltine. With its limited pixels and limited color palette, it's not going to be too overwhelming to your eyes. Plus, the enemies include many familiar household objects, so it's not threatening at all. Also, Mickey's pace is kind of a slow stride, almost a saunter, which is very, very relaxing. Plus, what's more comfy than a Disney game?
Well, on Friday, viewers across the nation will be settling into bed with the definitively comfy game Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. Often described as Generation 1 but better, Fire Red Leaf Green will be showcased by JP Zinum and Pulse Effect as one of the few competitive races in the marathon this summer. This race will be performed without any glitches, spending its nearly 2-hour runtime with a focus on the execution of creative strategies and unique combinations of mechanics the average gamer might have missed on their first visit to the Kanto region. So settle in next to the fire with a warm cup of summer cocoa for what this reporter finds to be some of the best looking sprite work in the series. Even 16 years later, it's still a visual treat.
All great choices, but hear me out. When I think comfy, I think sitting back in your jammies, fresh popcorn in a big old bowl, and watching your favorite movie on a Wednesday night. What kind of movie? A spooky movie. We literally have that in this marathon, in a game so scary, I'm shocked we can even show it off. It's Night Trap. But don't fret, all our little viewers out there. Ecdysis will do all they can to keep you snug, keep you safe, and keep those pesky crooks at bay as we go for the best ending. Definitely one I'm looking forward to. What about you, Hobbs? Hobbs? Fees? Keith? Keith and Fee Show? Fufu? YKB? Oh, I can't do this. No, where'd they go? I'll even take Send right now.
Wait. Hold up. I am ready. I am ready to tell you all about some of the amazing prizes you could win this week by donating to Summer Games Done Quick 2020 Online. And guys, you want to get some of these prizes. They are absolutely wonderful, and you can only get them by donating. And I mean, I know what you're saying. Well, Sen, I already wanted to donate, and it's for a great cause. This is an event, of course, benefiting Doctors Without Borders, an amazing charity. Why do I need the prizes? Like, what can the prizes do? Can they keep my feet warm? I don't think so. And you know what? That is where you are absolutely wrong. So let me tell you about some of the amazing prizes that you could win if you donate between now and the end of dusk later this afternoon. Prizes like these amazing Animal Crossing socks from our friend Annie Jess. They can keep your feet warm. They can keep your hands warm. They can keep your cat warm. They can keep anything that will realistically fit inside them warm. That's the power of socks. And not only are they socks, they're Animal Crossing socks, which makes them like 10% cooler than normal socks. You want them, I can't have them, but you can if you donate. Prizes like this wonderful mouse pad from Studio Pinpin. It's got Shovel Knight. He's digging up the treasure after resting between stages. It's so cool. What are you going to do without a mouse pad? Are you going to put your mouse on a box or something? Are you going to roll it along your leg? No. Get a mouse pad and get a nice mouse pad like this by donating between now and the end of dusk. Prizes like this beautiful painting of Queen Nora from Streets of Rage 4. Streets of Rage 4 is, of course, the first Streets of Rage game we've had in over a decade. This is, of course, the first Streets of Rage painting we've had over a decade. Coincidence? Yes, entirely, but it's still amazing, and you could have it if you donate. Prizes like this absolutely beautiful Shovel Knight string art from Making It Nerdy. This is made entirely out of string and nails. Do you know what I've made out of string and nails? A disaster, mostly. This isn't a disaster. This is a beautiful piece of artwork, and it could be yours if you donate between now and the end of dusk. And of course, if you donate at least a minimum of $200 cumulatively throughout this whole week, you'll be entered into our grand prize, a custom replica from our friends over at Heroic Replicas. Shoutouts to David Heroic Replicas. They've lined up a ton of different replicas they've made in the past, and you get to pick one, do some minor customizations to it like color, and take it home, and it's gonna look amazing. And all you have to do to donate and win some of these prizes is head over to gamesdonequick.com/donate. 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 Let me break it down for you. Games Done Quick, it's who we are. .com. It's where you are, unless you're also in my living room, in which case the door is over there, please leave. /. I don't know how to describe this to you. Look for it on your keyboard. donate. It's what you gotta do to win the prizes. You don't gotta do anything else, just donate. And remember, you can head over to gamesdonequick.com and check out the tracker for all the information you need on upcoming prizes, on upcoming speedruns, on upcoming incentives you can put your donations towards, and everything else that'll be happening during this amazing week.
Welcome back to the GDQ Evening News. Let's check in on the traffic with our weatherman, Feasel.
Hello everyone, Traffic Reporter Feasel here, and the traffic is crazy out there this morning. There's banana peels all over the road, red shells flying everywhere. There's a guy in a cloud that keeps picking me up at the fishing line. It is not safe out there today.
It seems dangerous. Be careful.
Agreed. Safety is your number one concern out there on the road. If you're going to ride your scooter around at night, make sure that you wear a helmet. People drive like maniacs out here.
Did you just run that person over? Should we call an ambulance?
Don't worry about it. They'll be fine.
Wait, I think you ran through some red lights.
Oh, that? Yeah, it's faster that way. You know, you really have to watch where you're going this morning. The traffic is bumper to bumper. It is real hack and slash stuff. If you have a magical flaming axe, I recommend bringing it with you. You never know when you're going to need it.
Let's try to stay on topic, Feasel. What about the roads?
Right, the roads. Very slippery out there on the roads. Narrow and treacherous. I would not recommend getting out of your ball.
You're what?
Never mind. Okay, I have no idea where I am right now.
How did you get on a horse?
I don't know, it was just there. Wait, you don't have a horse?
Not that I'm aware of.
That's weird. I'm starting to think I took a wrong turn somewhere.
I don't know. Do you see a motorcycle anywhere you could use?
No, but I'll keep an eye out for one. Okay, now clearly I'm really lost.
Wow, traffic really seems to be hellish today.
It sure does. I'm not even... Okay, wait, now this looks familiar. This is Palace 2. I've been here before. Okay, I think I know how to get back from here. Here, let me just get the glove first. And maybe do the boss fight. But okay, back to you guys in the studio.
Best of luck, Feasel. Well, that brings us to the end of our broadcast today. From all of us here at Channel 10...
Hold that thought, Fu. We've got breaking news. We have a team on location at Summer Games Done Quick, and I'm receiving word. Yes, they're just about to kick things off. So we're going to take you there now, live.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. This is Summer Games Done Quick 2020 online. Now, if everybody in the audience could just please keep it down for just a minute. It's getting really loud. I got to concentrate for this introduction. But in all seriousness, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for your patience with us over the past few months. It's been an adventurous time for us all. The coronavirus has really affected everybody. But that said, we really have a great cause for you all with Doctors Without Borders. And before we get into the runners, I'd like to first introduce Layla and Greta from Doctors Without Borders to quickly introduce themselves and the charity to you.
Thanks, Matt, and hi, everybody. We're so excited to be here with you at Summer Games Done Quick for the 8th incredible year. Doctors Without Borders, also known by our French name, Médecins Sans Frontières, or MSF, is an independent international medical humanitarian organization providing emergency aid to those affected by armed conflict, epidemics, natural or man-made disasters, and exclusion from healthcare. Our teams consist of tens of thousands of healthcare professionals, logistics, and administrative staff, all bound together under our charter and working under the guiding principles of medical ethics, impartiality, neutrality, and independence. Our teams work in over 70 countries across the globe, and this year we started supporting operations in the US in response to COVID-19. Our recent response to the coronavirus outbreak in the United States included working with local authorities and partner organizations serving vulnerable communities, such as long-term care facilities in Michigan and Florida, supporting the Navajo Nation in New Mexico and Arizona, and working with and supporting homeless communities in New York City.
MSF was founded nearly 50 years ago in 1971 in Paris by a group of journalists and doctors. Today, we're a worldwide movement of more than 67,000 people, and you are a part of our movement. We rarely take funds from governments or public funds for our work. We rely on small donations, mainly from individual members of the public. Over 90% of our income comes from individual donations, just like the ones you'll be giving this week. This means that when there is an emergency, we don't need to wait for official funds to be released or for the media to generate interest. We can act fast to save people's lives based on need alone. To give you an example of the impact that this community has had on helping those who need it the most. Last year, Summer Games Done Quick raised over $3 million, which is enough to fund the equivalent of all of our U.S. operations during COVID-19. MSF and vulnerable populations across the globe need you now more than ever before.
Summer Games Done Quick is Doctors Without Borders' largest fundraising event by far. And that's thanks to the dedication of this amazing community and the hard work of this incredible team. Over the years, Summer Games Done Quick has raised over $10.5 million for MSF, having a major impact on our life-saving work. It's just incredible. So from the bottom of our hearts, we want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. From all of us at MSF to all of you at home, to the entire GDQ team, to Matt, Mike, and Kasumi, to the over 140 amazingly talented runners, and to all of the volunteers who have spent much time and effort preparing for this wonderful event. And of course, thank you to all of our donors and our corporate sponsors who make all of this work possible. We thank you so much, and we couldn't be more excited. So Matt, take it away and let's get started.
All right, thank you, Greta and Layla, for your introductions, and I don't have anything more for you. I think it's time to get right into the runners. First up is Berto Please with Demon Souls, and let's start it off as we always do. Twitch chat, if you can join me in from 10, 9, 8, 6.
6? What about 7?
Just kidding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!